of them are being charged with counts of engaging in mining without permit, represented by former Member of Parliament for Brekum, Captain retired in Krabia Ifa Date. These persons are yet to come out of the courtroom. Some of the court officials currently filing out of the courtroom. That is Captain in Krabia Ifa Date. We are yet to see the accused persons. Police officers soon should be expected to escort Aisha Huang and 3 other Chinese persons who have been arrested. It's been an interesting moment in court today as Captain Inkrabia Fadate made the argument as to why his clients should be granted bail. Aisha Huang and the other accused persons in this particular case are being taken out of the court premises here at the circuit court back to the police custody where they are supposed to be until the case is recalled or the next sitting date.
So I respect my Lord for the decision he has given. I accept it. But we'll go to chambers and myself and my colleague lawyers will decide the way forward. What happened was that I was defending Aisha Huang at High Court Criminal 1. Then, on the day that we were supposed to open our defense, the Attorney General entered noli prosequi, which means don't prosecute. Then the Attorney General took my client away from the court. The next thing I heard the next day was that my client had been flown out of Ghana back to China or wherever, but out of Ghana. I didn't understand why the Attorney General did not allow us to finish the case. I think it was a wrong move, but they took her out of Ghana. Today we are being told in the court that she sneaked out of Ghana, which is false, a blatant untruth, an inaccurate statement. I was not at the bar conference, but I'm told that the Attorney General says the cooperation of the judiciary is required to keep these people in custody. If it is true that my learned friend, the Attorney General, made such a statement, then it is most unfortunate. Most unfortunate. And in the light of that, the decision to refuse bail gives credence to what is being said, which is unfortunate, most unfortunate.
So you pretty much relied on some of the engagements that have gone on within the media space. How do you reconcile the information minister's revelation that she was repatriated to the statement from prosecutors today that she sneaked out of the country?
My worry is that the media has overhyped this small matter of mining without license and doing mineral sales without license. It's a small matter. It happens every day in Ghana. So I don't see why the media should even write an editorial on this matter. And it is that which is creating a problem and giving all manner of insecurity to the issue.
But you have engaged there. Do you have a sense of how she got into the country?
I don't know how she entered Ghana, but I don't want to say that I want to indict Ghana Immigration Service, because any foreigner who comes to Ghana passes through our borders, and each of our borders are manned 24 hours by immigration officers. So immigration cannot tell me that they don't know how she entered Ghana.
A number of interesting comments after the court proceedings yesterday. I mean, the major story clearly was the fact that Aisha Huang, together with her accomplices, were denied bail. But the lawyer for Aisha Huang, Captain retired and Krabia Ifadate, made some comments after proceedings. And some of them, I don't know, he raises some legitimate issues in there, and others also quite
regrettable if you ask me, and shockingly embarrassing. I mean, I get that he's a lawyer and he would want to represent his clients in the best possible way, both their interest in this matter and of course their businesses. But I mean, to go on to make certain comments about the state of illegal mining in the country and its adverse effects on their lives and even the whole makeup of society, for me is just not it. I mean, it's unthinkable to really say that we are making a big deal out of this illegal mining menace. I mean, for crying out loud, it's an existential issue. Yeah. It's about lives over here. You go to the hospitals, doctors are telling you that the intake or the consumption of cyanide, which is used in this mining, is causing some form of serious health implications and even deformities in some people. You go to other places, they tell you that even researchers have gone some length to tell us that in the next 10 to 15 years, we probably will not even have drinking water to survive on if this is not brought to a stop. So I find it very difficult to understand how this is not a big issue, and for which reason the media shouldn't take it up. So, like I'm saying, it was quite regrettable hearing the learned lawyer for Aisha Huang to make those comments. But like I'm saying, he's a lawyer for them, he's counsel for Aisha, so you'd want to be seen to be defending some of these things. But some things are really indefensible if you want to be honest.
But what really worries me from yesterday's proceedings is the contradiction that came out between the government on one hand and the prosecution here, in this case the police, because it seems still we do not have concrete information on what happened or might or was supposed to have happened to Aisha Huang in 2018. Prosecution is saying she sneaked out of the country and back into the country. Government insists, or government is still playing with the two words, deportation and repatriation. Yeah. But, I mean, the prosecution in court says she sneaked out of the country.
I mean, the only consistent thing in this whole Aisha Huang debacle for me, or even fiasco for me, is the inconsistency with government communication in all of this. I mean, the inconsistencies have become a bit too much. And for me, it's quite clear that one or two parties are probably not telling Ghanaians the truth. They are not being quite honest with us with all that's happening. I mean, if you listen to the information minister speak when he came out to clarify some of the things the president said, in 2019, the president used the word deportation. The senior minister at the time, Honorable Yao Osafo Mafo, did say same. And now we understand it's a repatriation. I mean, the difference is really, they are quite similar, but one has to do with making sure that some protocol, international protocol, is followed to your home country. I mean, there's even extradition and all of those. But you see, for me, I don't want us to limit the conversations to the use of semantics or words. The point is that we are facing an existential crisis in the form of illegal mining. And the cry of Ghanaians really is about the fact that we need to put an end to this as soon as possible. And using, you see, this is not one of those issues where we should be playing partisan politics. It's not the appointment of some NCC boss somewhere or some debate or motion set in parliament for party. I mean, this is something that is confronting the lives of Ghanaians. And for me, I struggle to see how we are playing politics with it. But you see, we would want to give government some time. We've heard the minister say that, in fact, even the review of the Mining Act 703, for instance, is one of the things government is trying to do to take the fight seriously. I'm saying the second coming of Aisha Huang, second coming in quotes, the second coming in quotes,
I like how you put it.
Yeah, the second coming of Aisha Huang should be the defining moment in our fight against illegal mining. And posterity will be judging us if we don't take this quite seriously.
Right. I mean, there are a number of issues we can raise with respect to this, but for the lack of time, we'll move on. I mean, if the lawyer says she's married to a Ghanaian businessman, by virtue of marriage, she is a Ghanaian. Citizen, and so this repatriation thing is questionable. Have we gone to see which sites she operated? And how large or how small are these sites and her contribution to the devastation? Do we even have a proper assessment of the businesses she is alleged to be running? I mean, a number of issues, but hey, we choose to play politics with our lives. So, I mean, this is where we are.
When you have a president who is on record to have said in the State of the Nation address that for he is minded about the next generation and not the next election, I'm sure the next generation are also minded about safeguarding the environment. So we want to see some decisive action from the president and from all stakeholders, major stakeholders involved.
Well, National Security Minister Albert Kandapa seemed to have caused a stir within the